Hey, hey, people, we're back. It's the Switch Nomads, episode 27. So, we've been going for 27 episodes now, and we're still going strong. But the team today is missing two co hosts. Big shout out to OG, who's currently out there working, and to Djigo, also working. But I'm not
With a
alone.
smile.
Jigo,
I'm
what
He's
are you
probably with a
doing?
smile.
Jigo, what are you doing?
and so, today with me, there's P Funk, Angola's finest. P Funk,
We're back.
and Cote d'Ivoire's own king. I'm talking about my boy Cello.
How are you
Uh,
guys? Glad to be back for episode 27. 27th week? Like, it's a lot.
Thanks.
We grinding slowly but surely, huh?
I know. Trying to take over the world.
Exactly.
And I'm the Beard. I'm Jonathan. I'm J the Beard, your host for
The
tonight. Yeah.
Island
Yes,
boys
sir.
finest. No shirt
They
Yeah.
today.
beat me. Yo, they beat me. Oh my God. I'm still thinking, I'm having nightmares. I'm having them.
Why?
Shoot. Because, I mean, come
So
on. Mozambican question. How can I not know the diet of these men? I was like,
It happens.
I know.
Definitely happens.
I know.
I have someone who wants to join the chat though.
Who? Oh,
ladies
Chip.
and gentlemen, welcome Jeep, our co-host, new co-host for today. I don't know
It's
what
going
his
to
name
Replacing
is.
replace
Jigo.
it's going to replace Jigo. Late but still great. Jeep.
I know. And then he's probably going to do better on the quiz. So, yeah.
Indeed.
So for today, what's on the menu? Well, the menu is hot topics by Cello. We'll have the quiz. We'll have the question of a week. We'll go around exploring the hidden hoops, and we'll be taking the direction of Cape Verde. Over Island Boys, my fellow Island Boys,
Island boy.
The Island Boys.
and of course, the moment that everyone is waiting for is the quiz. Today I've prepared something very special for you guys. So I hope you listeners, uh, you can just chip in. I'd advise you to grab your pen and papers so we can just do something before we go on to the hot topic. I'd like you, everyone, every listener, to like, share. We're all, we're present on all socials: Facebook, Instagram, uh, X. We're present on YouTube. If you want to watch the whole episode, please do so. Do show us some love, and we'll appreciate it. Thank you. So right now we'll be heading to the hot topics, and Cello, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, the host of today, Joe. It's not about the hot topic, but much more like a breaking news because we have our young African athlete who is going to represent the continent as well as South Sudan in this upcoming 2025-2026 NBA season. I mentioned Kaman Majid Malwach from South Sudan. So yesterday, or if you want, this past Wednesday, Wednesday night on the 25th, Kaman Majid Malwaj has been selected by the Houston Rockets on at the 10th position of this year's NBA draft. But due to the fact of the KD trade, is going to go to the Phoenix Suns. So he's going to play to the Phoenix Suns from his first NBA year moving forward. So it's a good news. We appreciate his efforts, and we're so glad and proud of everything he done in just 4 years because he started playing basketball by the age of 14. I know P-Funk has some stories and fun fact about the kid, and the floor is yours. What can you say that Africans don't know yet about Kamen Malwatch?
I mean, listen, that kid is special. First of all, like he's making all of us proud. Not only South Sudan, we claiming him. South Sudan, we claiming the kid.
And
He's a product.
Ugandans, Ugandans are the first.
Everyone's claim. But did you see he had both flags? Did you see that thing? He had like the Ugandan flag and the South Sudanese flag in the suit inside. So it was like, no, I mean, I think it's like he's is a clear example that if you put in work, you're gonna be able to accomplish. Like okay, he he won the genetic lottery, being like I don't know 7'2", with his mobility, with his shooting touch. So he's a true unicorn. Not only Wemby. We got in Africa. There's a bunch of unicorns. One thing about that kid, like NBA Academy alum, he was BAL participant, and then right now he's a clear indication that hey, you can make it. Like if you Chimche went, like he did it. He went, but he went to the G League. This kid is going. He's a lottery pick. Top 10. You know, no, he's like yeah, top 10, right? Yeah, lottery pick. He's gonna play with his countryman Bol Bol in Phoenix. So that's and then one of the things that we got to understand is like there was so many players of African descent. Not only like born on the continent, whatever, but like African descent being drafted. Noah, the kid Noah that played over here in Germany, the same thing. I think his family's from Cameroon, his dad. So I mean, it's just like the continent is like striving. The players they can see now the possibility. The only thing I was sad was like I didn't see Thierry maybe today at the second round. But like that's one thing. Ruben put his name, but he went back to Florida, University of Florida. But Thierry, because then it will be like the trifecta from NBA Academy, all the three kids. But yeah, hopefully tonight, yeah, tonight we're gonna hear Thierry's name being called up because and also we got us Angolans, we got Celta Miguel. Is we were still hoping he's gonna be able to be selected in the next there's going to be 29. Yeah, there's only 59 all overall, so it's going to be the next 59 29 picks, and then if not, get a two-way contract. Hopefully, you know.
All right, all right.
So
Thank you for the take. Joe, I know you've been looking after the kid, you've been writing articles, you knew history and seeing a kid that you've covered over the years. What are your thoughts about Kaman Malwai being drafted?
yeah, Kaman was yeah, like Pifak just said, he's what uh you need to do. He's exactly what you need to do to achieve to make it up there. He seems to be a cool guy, not one to be uh to let the success climb to his, go up to his head. Uh, you know what has struck me? It was the tears. I mean, at this point, he didn't seem sure that he'd be drafted, but he was drafted, and the tears that uh, uh, he shed, yeah, that shows that this guy he's put in the work, he's put in the dedication, the time he he needed, because it's a name we've been hearing for 2 3 years back in Africa. Kaman Malwatch is he's going to be the next big thing and all that. And today what we saw, what happened, is exactly what I wish for all those young African players to reach there without forgetting where they came from. Because at some point, we all know what happens when you go to the NBA. You can't always come back to for Afro baskets. You can't always come back for your country. But I just hope that this means we can see him in the next Afro basket, and we'll see him in the upcoming Afro baskets in the years to come. So that's the only thing I wish for Kaman and all the young players behind who are lining up behind and are knocking on NBA's doors. That's it.
Yeah, good take. Like, unfortunately, he won't. Like, there's high probability that he won't play this year's AfroBasket due to the summer league and NBA's preseason. But we did have a sneak peek of him playing at the Olympics and the World Cup. So we know that the sky is the limit for him. For sure, it will improve. And I remember back in 2021, Luolden brought him into the South Sudan staff during the AfroBasket just to make the kids in that environment of the competition. What does it feel to represent South Sudan? It was like 14 years old. Yeah, it was about to be 15 years old, like back in 2021. I saw him, and Luolden was so confident by presenting him like into the next African giant, like in so many levels. On and off the court, he's a good kid. P Funk, you saw him play BAL. Like, he's what I can say is that I wish him all the best possible. Like, for me, he can represent not only South Sudan but Africa by being a defensive player of the year, most improved player, all star, and NBA champ. Like, for the first 10 years, that's what I have for him. But let us see. I really want to see him lifting an MVP trophy in the years, like, once he will understand the game more and he'll improve. So yeah, that's all I can say. But that's what that was the special hot topic due to the NBA draft. We still have our fingers crossed for Thierry. By the time you watch this video, for sure, we'll know exactly if we'll be drafted or not. But hey, African kids are coming, and yeah, that's all I can say. One more thing is that, just to throw flowers at our guy P Funk, Aginaldo Neto assigned to an university. Like, he's going to play NCAA next year. So if you have more
Boise State,
details,
yeah, Boise State, Boise State,
Boise
yeah,
State, yes, yes, yes. So
yeah,
another kid who used to play under 18 AfroBasket qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, is from the NBA Academy Africa as
yeah,
well. Africa is next, right?
yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can't. And then that kid is like Boise State has a history of getting Angolan players. Like they got Sadanganga Sadrak. He committed to them like I don't know 3 years ago, and then unfortunately he didn't work out. So he went to Seton Hall, and now he's San Jose State. Now the I mean NCAA is like, okay, hey, what have you done to me for me lately? So if you don't, you just go have a bad season or a good season, whatever, you transfer. Transfer portal is available. But I hope this kid, because he's a pro. Aginaldo's a pro. But we just got to find out at which level: NBA level, EuroLeague level, Euro Cup level, like regular
He's a, he's a
European
BAL
leagues.
champ.
After
He's a BAL
there
champ
you
as
go,
well.
there you go, there you go, there you go. No, but he's legit. To me, he's. I'm not gonna because I can't talk about every African point guard, but the ones I've seen, he is the best African point guard right now. I know there's a Nigerian kid that he's also good, whatever, But I'm talking about true point guard, like yeah, because he can be a pass first point guard, but he's also a great scorer, So he has a complete package. Hopefully he's gonna have a great year, and then we'll see next year, next season, this time next year we're gonna be thinking about I want to hear AG's name. Yeah, AG is a special kid, special kid.
Cool. That was me, Joe. Back to you.
Thank you, Chelo, for these insights. What exactly what we love about African basketball is that it helps people. It helps African kids dream about making it out to the world, you know. And now we're heading to the question of a week. And exactly last week we teased about how in this year of Afro baskets, because let's be honest, we're gonna have four Afro baskets, two under 16, correct me if I'm wrong, and two men senior Afro baskets, four Afro baskets. And how can African basketball attract more and more fans in the coming years? Because let's face it, it's of basketball as I see it. It's about, if I don't like basketball, I won't go to watch a game. That's the point now. But how can we attract? How can our sports attract more fans now? Any ideas? Any take? Any ideas on how to change that narrative? Chelo, you start.
Okay, so to jump right in, like, to answer your question, for sure we do have some great example in the continent. uh BAL is the one to mention, to make things more attractive, because they they succeeded in bringing basketball culture with everything that gathers it. You have music, you have fashion, you have basketball. I mean, and then you have the fans. So by finding the best way or the best strategies to bring all of these together, it brings not only the basketball fans, not only the basketball culture fans, but everyone who have an interest in sports, music, arts, fashion, and I want to mention also dreams for the youth, because as soon as you see one of your stars or a kids of your generation make it into a professional league, it gives you more than chills, and it gives you the energy to pursue your dreams. So the best example nowadays, that's the BAL. Yeah, like straight writing. That's the answer I have, and then we can go furthermore with the details.
Bifak, anything to add?
It boils down to one thing: the stars got to come. We have African stars, and they got to come. Cello just mentioned that Kaman most likely won't be able to do it because he just got drafted. There's training camp, there's summer league, and then he's getting. I mean, I don't even know. I think there was a scale. Like I think Cooper gets 63, and it goes all the way down to 23 at the end of the lottery. That's what I saw. So he's probably going to get like $30 million in a $30 million contract in 4 years or something. So that's a lot of money, right? And uh, and then the fact that AfroBasket doesn't qualify for anything. So do you think a player is on the brink of making a team, not making a team, he's entering his contract year? He's not going to go and be like, "Hey, listen, I'm going to go to training camp in with my national team and be there for like I don't know, a month and a half, and then go play." Be subjected to, like, something can happen in terms of, because the courts are not NBA courts. They're good courts. Angola has good courts, but they're not NBA courts. The the like, I'm not even gonna say the the conditions of because you in the States, you have like cryotherapy, you have cold tubs, like you have probably at your hotel there's jacuzzi to this and that. So we still don't have those back home. Maybe some countries do. In Angola, there's good. Don't get me wrong. There's five-star hotels, whatever, but we don't know where the federations, where the organizing committee is going to host the teams. Because some teams, there's some because in Angola we're going to play in the province too, so we don't have the same. And the one that we do have, really really good hotels, hotel chains or whatever. But we don't have the same, in Lubango. So my question is, are the stars gonna come out and play? Because will Yves Missy, will Pascal Siakam, and who else?
Joel Embiid or
Joel. No, Embiid's not
Chimchi.
gonna go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Jim, and he's not gonna. Embiid. I mean, I don't. But like, will those three-headed monster from Cameroon show up? Will Kuminga's supposed to be traded now? Whatever. Will he go? Will he go and play for DRC? Will I mean, even yesterday, I was able to still watch the final. Shout out to Bruno. Bruno won the league in Spain. But look at the Africans. Over there, Tavares. One of the most patriotic people I've ever met. He played. I remember like when they had the qualifying window in the World Cup window. He played on a Thursday. Flew right after the game. Flew to Angola. Played and qualified his team to go to the World Cup. So they these. I mean, and I know for a fact he takes money out of his own pocket to finance a lot of campaigns. So it's different. It's different. The degree of patriotism that kid has, is second to none. But then I think he's gonna go. Yeah, he rides for his country. But like I don't know. I watched not only on the because they have Eli John, whatever, and Jai. I don't know if he plays for Senegal. I don't know. I never seen him. But Branco Badio on the other team, and then Matt Costello. Is he gonna go, or are you guys gonna get more another another other to get to replace him because he did his thing. He did his thing. He's
Yeah,
a stretch
yeah.
five. Like very um his game is like he doesn't wow you with like he's not gonna be doing like crossovers and stuff like that. But he's a good player. He's a good system player. But my question is, will the stars go? Will Nigeria bring the top guns? Will South Sudan bring? Malwash is not going to go, but like is JT Thor going to go? I think I heard that Wayne Gable is going to get a new contract. He's signing somewhere. Is he going to go? Is I mean the rest, the non-U.S. players, yeah, they play. Cardick Jones probably going to come. He doesn't play in the NBA, but like it's because one thing is I saw in Brazil they have that lady that plays for the WNBA, Camila. She plays in the WNBA, but then she's gonna move. She's gonna leave to go play for Brazil. I watched the Euro basket, right? I watched Portugal versus Belgium. Belgium had 6 WNBA players, and they were playing. You know, so it's just a question of negotiation, but maybe with the teams. Like, hey, are you gonna release the player, or it's very important because I don't know because does Eurobasket qualify for anything? I don't think so. The the youth level, yeah, qualifies for the World Cup or whatever, but like senior level, they got qualifying tournaments too, right? So
I think the winner goes straight because that's the same for the World Cup. So in this year's Women Afrobasket, the winner qualifies straight to the World Cup,
only
To the
representing
women,
World Cup.
Africa.
not men, but not men.
No, no, not men, not the men.
Okay.
On the women, yeah,
And then how many go? How many like? And then the other one's got to go to a qualifying tournament.
two. So the champs, the two finalists of the Afrobasket women,
Oh, they go straight. Okay, all right. And then it's gonna be World Cup. Okay, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. And then the other ones, yeah, because yeah, I mean that way, if it was the same way in men, I think it would be a motivation for them to go. If it's just bragging rights, because I think South Sudan wants to start something. They want to start like oh we dominating this, but we need some hardware to show. Because it's not only word of mouth. Oh, they're really good. They're really good. They only lost by X amount of points against the States now, but they gotta. I think they wanna prove something, and then us playing at home, we got home court. So possibly gonna try all the we have a huge target on our backs, because the fact that we won every time we hosted, we won the Afro Basket. So we want to keep the streak going, and they want to go and make sure the streak is going to end, in 2025. So
The very, if I can add, uh, the,
Yeah,
the
sure.
the thing
And then
is,
I'll finish.
okay, the thing about African basketball is that, mm, for some people we are just getting things started, so it may take some time in order to make African basketball shine a little bit more. So for sure, there's money issues unless you are um, Eddie Tavares or Gogri Dieng or Salah Mejri. You know, these type of players will taking their own money to cover some expenses and come represent the country to be to either to play or be at the top level for those countries. I'm not quite sure most of these athletes can do the same. For sure, they don't have the same amount of money. They are not paid the same amount. And looking at their own personal issues and challenges, for sure, we are not going to see that much often. But yeah, for me, I think that we have, for each federation or for each country who wants to make things better, they have those opportunities to connect the dots of what connects basketball to the fans. Like I said, you can you, you can't invite someone from art, from music, or from fashion, and by connecting those dots, you'll see that everything is revolving around the game. And that's what we saw in South Africa. I remember during the playoffs, there was during those timeouts, we have the camera, that animation for the fans to show their best outfits, for instance. And people, I mean, the fans took it seriously. So moving forward during those days, we've seen most of people elevating their game into the fashion thing, you know. And they did collaborate with local artists that are trending in South Africa. So beyond the game or watching the game, you have free concerts. If you see what I mean, the amount of the ticket that you're paying, you have access to food, concerts, showcase, as well as the games. Because your best friend Samkelo Sele was there as well, representing South Africa for Petro. And then they qualified to the finals. So it gave more energy to the fans to attend each and every single game of Petro. So for me, combining all of those small but important aspect of the game on and off the court, for sure you'll have something to build and then raise the game and make African basketball more interesting. Rwanda is the example. First example in the east side. On the north side, for sure, you have those players who play for the national team and stay at home. Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, most of them are staying at home. So you have those greater examples that you can rely on and build something. Yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, just to bounce back on what Chiro just said. Uh, I that's the reason I admire Madagascar. Shout out to the Malagasy people. Much love from Mauritius. Uh, that's why I appreciate Madagascar for what they did. When I'm not sure about that, but I think that when the current president Jean Michel took over basketball in Madagascar. What he did, he assessed the situation, and then he I think he saw that the love for basketball in Madagascar, people followed basketball but were not just like committed. Okay, and he came around with a new strategy. Uh, what happened is that during the games, you know, there were handouts. They were handing out balls, jerseys, uh, T-shirts, or whatever, and this attracted people, more and more people to the games, to the point that now every game is back. That Mahamas Arena is packed. I mean, it's 6,000 people playing, seat 6,000 seat capacity, but this thing can go up to 7, 8,000 people inside, and the noise and all what you can hear inside is just whoa. And what happens is that Madagascar is a very, very good example. Just like Angola, they have state-funded teams, uh, COSPN, uh, JNBC, COSFA, which is the army. And when these teams play against each other, you have the bands that come, okay, and you have one of the bands in the left side and the other one on the right side, and each one answers to the other when each one has a good one. So this creates the impact that people love. People love the fact that there's animations. It's fun. It's still familiar. You can go with your family. You can go with your friends. It's like a fair actually. They have a championship during one whole week from Monday to Sunday. Qualifiers, a group phase, bracket phase, and all that. And on Sunday it's a final. So during one whole week, Mahamas lives up to it is only about basketball. There's nothing else about basketball, and you have animation outside. People even start to line up 3, 4 hours before the start of a game to watch. So
Shout out
what
to
what
Uganda as well.
what Jean Michel has understood is that to bring fans to the game, you need to bring
Yes.
the game to the fans too. So, and you see what he's doing, what they're doing in Madagascar is that they're taking they're getting out of Antananarivo. It's been for some years now. They're going into provinces, into smaller towns, playing part of a championship there, having their teams, local teams, win the championship there, and come back to Mahamas. And it's a huge success in terms of organization. They the results, you get the results nearly as the game is over. In terms of coverage, they broadcast the game live broadcast. You have a Facebook page. They have TV sets, TV shows after the games. You're taking one guy's taking an interview. There's a TV. There's a backdrop that's there, and a guy from TV. So they understood that you need to bring it out there, and this Madagascar is, for me, one of the best examples of how you attract more and more fans, because you ask every one in two Malagasy people loves basketball. The other one loves football. Let's be clear about it. Okay, and this the way the players, like you said earlier, it's about the stars. The way the players are treated or welcome by the fans, by the people, they are stars. You know that 3 point shooter, that sharpshooter Eli. Eli is a superstar in Madagascar. Uh, Livio, he's a superstar in Madagascar. Uh, there's the other guy Alpha. These guys are superstars.
Lova, big Lova.
Big Lova. You just don't mention the name. The Matthias. He's this guy
That's it. Yeah.
is he. He's Malagasy prince. But they learned that they understood that the proximity, that the closer you are to the fans, the more you'll have fans, because everyone will come. Hey, come to let's watch the game. We'll go and have a picture with Matthias after the game and all that. So and that this for me is the best way for African basketball to gather more and more fans, as long as we have our stars who come and give it back to us, give it back to the people. Because no one wants to watch a game where there's no star. Even if a star is sitting in the in the arena, he's not playing, but still people will come and see that the guy is there and they're coming. No, so Madagascar, shout out once again to them. Big love. Keep doing what you're doing. We still some countries, I won't mention which countries, but some countries need to learn from you. I'm out.
I got one little. It's actually two things. If you one is about our basketball environment. If you realize most of these kids, stars that play abroad or whatever from our continent, they left home really early. So like Branco Badio, yeah, I think he played in Spain when he was younger, right? So they, I don't think unless it's for the national team, Senegalese people won't see him play at home. First of all, unless there's like some local tournaments, because he plays in Spain. Some of these kids left early to go to the States at 15, 16. They go play. They played 4 years of college, and they play in the NBA. So there's a gap. There's like 7, 8 years that they haven't played home at home. The same with these. The same with Bruno. Let's say Bruno left home and he was like 17, 16 or whatever, 15, 16. He been playing in in the first it was high school, then he went to college, then he went to the NBA. Now he's in Europe playing in EuroLeague for Real Madrid. Shout out to Bruno, uh, ACB champ. So when was the last time someone from Angola watched Bruno play? Because he didn't play in our window in Luanda, you know. So when was the last time someone? So he's gonna have the opportunity now, and that's so. I would say the stars need to want to play, and then but the conditions, they cannot be that much different. You know, he needs to have the same, not okay, not exactly the same, but it cannot be a huge drop between what he has, in terms of, because that's his body. His body is body of work. He needs to because he got hurt when he went to Cote d'Ivoire. He got hurt, and then that was I mean, listen, he when he went back, he was a starting center for the Houston Rockets. And in the second game, he hurt his knee. He had a knee injury. Like they took him out for like a month. And I remember I saw him in Portugal at the a training camp, and he said, "Listen, hey, my knees hurt. My knee hurts. Whatever. Normally, my knee never hurts." And then ended up being injured, and then cost him his starting job. When he came back, he never regained it. And then they traded him. So that's the thing. The kids, the people need to understand. Hey, it's important. The well-being of the athletes is at the utmost importance, because otherwise they won't go. I remember like a long time ago, the current president of the European FIBA Europe, Jorge Garbajosa. He used to play for the Raptors, and then there was a Eurobasket somewhere, and then there was two insurance companies that got together to insure his legs, because Toronto Raptors say, "Hey, listen, I want to go and because they pay him so much money, right? He gets hurt, and then those NBA contracts are guaranteed. They're guaranteed. If you get hurt, if you injure, whatever, you still get paid. So they were like, "Hey, well, we want an insurance policy." That was my first take, and then the second one. I don't know if you guys are familiar with K54, K54, the tournament. Listen,
Yeah.
I had a couple of years of my life that I spent in Paris, and then I met the guys that started that tournament. we were all playing whatever. Used to play a lot of street ball. And then I remember them talking about it, like, Kiss and Katka, I want to start a tournament. Da, da, da. It was 2003. I left Paris in 2003. I left, whatever. I was, and then I started, seeing like Jordan making K54 models and stuff like this, but I had no idea who it was, you know. And then after I went to Rwanda on the way back. On the way back from Rwanda, I was sitting, and there was a guy looking at me, and then I was like, yeah. Then he asked me, hey, "Do you know Mike?" I was like, "Yeah, I know Mike. Mike who? Mike from Paris. Mix too. Yeah, I know Mike. Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then he told me his name, and he told me, I'm Adun's cousin. Amadun is the guy who started K54. So he's from Mali. All his friends, there's four people, all from Mali, that organized the biggest street ball tournament in the world. African kids, four of them, and then they teamed up with Jordan. They got, and then all I'm saying is like, hey, and then I went. Just remember that when Cape Verde played against Angola and Tavares broke the backboard, they had to call some expats to replace the backboard. We don't even know how to replace a backboard. So that's the thing. You go to the BAL, it's all NBA player people being controlling the whole thing. We're just, so we can do our own thing. Like given the opportunity, we can have the same amount of success. We just need opportunity. And then those four African boys in Paris, a prime example that if when and not even that they were given an opportunity, no, they got the opportunity. They fought for it, and then now they have the biggest tournament in the world, street ball tournament in the world every year. I remember like 2003 to 2023, 20 years. It was 20 years that it was the 20th um, edition of the tournament, and they used in the Roland Garros. They, the I don't know, the Paris, whatever, la mairie or whatever, I don't know who it was, let them use the
The
Roland
tennis court,
Garros.
right?
Yeah, can you imagine that? It was packed, and then it was the biggest demonstration of Afrocentric culture, like proud pride. I mean, it was crazy from all over. It doesn't care if you don't care if you speak French, if you speak English. There was it. It was like it was in Africa, in Paris. So my question and my statement is, just give us the same opportunities. That's what we need. Opportunity. That's it.
Thank you for these words, Pedro. Right now, so now we'll be heading to the hidden hoops, and today we're taking the direction. We're heading to Cape Verde, this tiny island off Senegal's coast, and
Creole star, Creole
a
star,
home of Creole
be
Star, home of
forever remembered. Shout out to my guys.
yeah, home to Creole Star and Ivan Almeida and Joel Almeida and Walter Tavares. Yes, let's be honest. Let's not forget him. So Pedro, what can you tell us about uh, Cape Verde's past?
I mean, listen, I'm a little bit suspect to talk about Cape Verde because these are my brothers. These are my brothers. Like Fidel, Mendonça, the former captain. He's my brother. I was the Cape Verdean coach. He's my cousin. Coach Mané Manuel Trovoada. He's my cousin. I remember, like, when I was still playing, he would go. They didn't have a lot of resources. They would go to Portugal, and then they would call up plays. They would come and play against us. We would go and prepare him. So they got to they entered FIBA in 1988. And listen, in 1988 they entered FIBA, and Cape Verde is a small island nation. We're a couple of islands, and then they're so proud. These people are so proud of being Cape Verdean. They have the little morabeza, they have the little funana. The culture is amazing. And then us Portuguese speaking African countries, we basically intertwined. Our history is intertwined because during colonial times, like they were, there was a lot of movement. Angolans would go, Cape Verdeans would go to Angola, Angolans would go to Cape Verde, they would go to Guinea-Bissau, we go to Mozambique, whatever. So there's a common history, and but basketball is Angola was always number one, right? And then until they beat us in 2021. That was like, but then hey, it is what it is. Little brother came in and smacked big brother. But like I was trying to say, the history of basketball in Cape Verde is rich. They started like they started. I still remember like Rodrigo Mascarenhas. He played in Angola when Angola was paying a lot of money. He left. It was a 6'7", 6'8" small forward. Like we didn't have anybody like that in Angola. The former president of the federation, Mario Correia, he played in Angola too. Played in Portugal, and I remember like these. And then there's so many Cape Verdean players that unfortunately couldn't play for Cape Verde because they weren't in the biggest stage. They played for other countries. They played for they played for Portugal. There was my other brother Carlos Andrade and his sister Mary Andrade. They played for Portugal. Mary ended up going. She's an assistant coach for the Raptors now. She played at Old Dominion. She played at WNBA. She did, and Carlos did the same thing. He played at Queens College. Now it's university, Hall of Fame career over there. Then he went back to Portugal, played in Germany, played in Germany for like a couple of years. They went to Spain, ACB. So um, the there's another thing. They got such a small country, right? They got the bronze medal 2007. So they gave them a taste of, hey, we can do that without the resources because if you realize, I don't know how other island nations are in Africa, but I know Cape Verdeans, they go abroad, go to the States, go to Portugal, go to Holland, go to whatever, and then they send money home. They send money home. So, and then they have this thing. They have a lot of immigrants all over the world. So these immigrants, when the national team goes there, they pitch in. Hey, listen, here's some money, whatever, to go to help you. So they don't have a lot, but what they have, they go and contribute. So it's a beautiful thing. They're completely altruistic. It's such happy people. Like I don't know why I never been to Cape Verde. Never, I have to go there. I want to go
Definitely,
and
you need.
yeah, I need to witness that firsthand. Like I have many friends from there. Like and I just like I said, basketball united us because when I moved to Portugal, there wasn't a lot of Angolans back then in Portugal. But then I grew up like with people from Cape Verde, from Guinea-Bissau, whatever. Then we were all brothers. Nothing like like all this like, oh, the separate, you from there, you from there. No, no, it wasn't. And then to me, it was like, let me tell you something. In Luanda, when they qualified for the World Cup, I went to their hotel. On the way home, I stopped at their hotel. I gave him a hug, and I said, and I just didn't know where we're gonna be based.
I can
Unfortunately,
testify during dinner around 10:30 p.m.
there you go. See, I was listen. I went to listen because, and then I was like, come on. It was such a. I mean, Angola already qualified. Of course, I was happy my country qualified, but then to see the blood, sweat, and tears that these people, these kids, a lot of them just Betinho, seen Betinho, João Gomes. He played for Portugal in 2007 and 2011, I think, a Eurobasket, and he was playing for Cape Verde. Seeing that kid, like the way he was like giving back, taking, he took his own money to pay for his travels. You don't see a lot of people. You see like, okay, Gorgie Jang does that, whatever he finances. I think also, but like, can you imagine like um, a nation? I think they're like 500,000. The smallest country ever qualified for the World Cup, and they did okay. They have one win. The only problem was like they lost by like it was a little lopsided. They lost, and then they were out competing for the Olympics. But hey, the future, like you guys are gonna talk about the present, but I'm just saying the present and the future is bright for that country. Honestly,
Yeah, sure. Let's agree. And I agree with that. And Chelo, do you have what do you have for the present? Cape Verde's. basketball present, what it's like.
Yeah, as P Funk mentioned, they came a long way to be the smallest country to ever qualify for the World Cup with a generation of players who are going to close the door on their career. It has been such a great achievement, and yeah, I remember uh, in 2013, like I saw Eddie Tavares, like a huge guy, like more than 7 foot, like skinny guy, but he had that chance to represent Cape Verde, and he made a little bit of noise. Like it was difficult for Egypt back in the days, and yeah, from that day, I used to watch him like closely. I mean, where I had the chance and the opportunity to see him play, but after so many years, taking his own money, playing in Spain, less than 24 hours, being in Angola to have a chance to qualify Cape Verde for the very first time to the World Cup, and he did that on the last day after a dogfight against Angola. That was something really special, and he shed tears. He cried like with Anderson Correa, Betinho Gomez, Fidel Mendonça, the Almeida brothers, all of those guys, even Patrick Spencer, the kid back in the days, he was in that squad. And now seeing Patrick Spencer making noise like during the AfroBasket qualifiers from 2024 February until now, for sure the future is bright. But talking about the present, you guys just saw that this year Creole Star has been the first Cape Verdean club to represent Cape Verde for the first time during the BAL, and they went from the road to BAL to finish seventh in this year's BAL. With everything that they've been through, it's a good story because you have Anderson Correa coming back from Portugal, I think, right? Be from Portugal to play. You had, I remember back in November 2024, no, October 2024, Al Al Ali Tripoli playing against Creole Stars. So the Almeida brothers were playing against each other, and then you have them getting graded the wild card to play the Elite 16, and then qualify by beating Urunani with Jean-Jacques Boissy, Marcus Crawford, all of those guys. Uh, it has been good seeing and covering them, but now where they at right now, uh, they're gonna play the AfroBasket this year. They qualified. They'll be in Group A playing against Congo, Rwanda, and Cote d'Ivoire this August. I expect them to be among the top 5 or 8, and they for sure they can with the squad that saw from the qualifiers. Uh, the fun fact is that there's the cousin of P Funk is from Angola, but he used to train the national team for so many years now, and it seems like he knows those players. And as well, you have the Almeida brothers doing their best to invest in Cape Verde basketball as well as the BAL, and they keep playing like in in these days, seeing Cape Verde internationally as well as the AfroBasket, it's it's a good story. You guys need to know where they are coming from. And the good news is that Creole Star has a feminine club as well. So by chance in December, maybe we can see Crayola Star because that's the name of the club. They might compete for the WBLA as well. Last time we saw the women was in Cameroon back in 2021. Unfortunately, they couldn't qualify in 2023 as well as this year. But overall, I can say that in these days, Cape Verde basketball has taken a leap. Thanks for the BL, the World Cup, and yeah, in November, like next November, we're gonna have them as well for the World Cup qualifiers. So everything is still possible. They are on the good path of staying with the generation of player that is coming. They see it seems to like we've been seeing the transition from Fidel Mendoza to Patrick Spencer. The transition has been good, and the players that are coming to represent Cape Verde after Eddie Tavares, Anderson Correa, and all of those guys, Michael Mendes, all of those guys, they taking you as a family. So the transition will be and for sure good. Yeah. So Forza Cabo Verde.
Nubai, 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 Cape Nubai, Nubai.
Thank you, Chelo. Thank you, Pifak. So we'll dive quickly in the future. Uh, from what we've seen, from what you've said earlier, guys, I personally think that Cape Verde's basketball is gonna go back, is gonna light up, is gonna be represented in the world at uh, at some point, at some point in the near future. Uh, they have good players in the men's team. What they did at the World Cup when they qualified for World Cup is only the reflection of only what the good things that they do in the league, in the home league. Uh, what Creostar achieved in the BL is exactly what every nation, every team should aspire to achieve, because from no one heard about them at any point, and then you see a team coming from one one small island and making it to Africa's biggest club competition. It's yeah, it's more than commendable, And what I see from sorry, from another perspective, individually they have the players. Tavares being the most well-known player. He's going to be the leader of his team in the years to come. My only question is, do they have young players rising for lining up for a national team? That's the question. How many Walter Tavares can they produce? How many Joel and Ivan Almeida can they produce in the years to come? Uh, these are questions I think that the federation needs to address in terms of training and development and talent detection. But I'm convinced that in the years to come, let's just say in the next 10, 15 years, Cape Verde will be a name. It's already the case. Not every team wants to meet Cape Verde in the AfroBasket, because you never know what they can do. Not every team, you can ask Egypt, you can ask Angola. Yeah, they don't want to match up with them, but Cape Verde will build some reputation in the future, and it will be even more stronger, even more like a more respected team. I don't know when and how it will happen, but I'm convinced that at some point it will happen. And even they can, even if they have the necessary players, the necessary facility, they can go and win in AfroBasket. When this is another question, but the future seems right. Thank you. So now the moment you guys have been waiting for. It's an Afrobasket special, you know. We'll be going back in time as far as
Oh my
19,
god.
as far as 1962. To be honest, no, just kidding. None of us here were born at this time. Okay, but yeah, it's always good to go down memory lane and look at the past winners,
Of
both on
course,
men's
that's
and
the
women's
beard
side.
who makes the quiz. So of
And
course we're
so,
gonna do history,
pe-
AfroBasket history.
people,
Question
grab
number
your
one.
pens, grab your
In
paper, please.
1952.
Please, Cheryl, want to host the the thing?
All right,
Okay,
we're
so
ready.
let's dive in. So the year is 1974. Sorry, guys. Okay,
My
the year
country
is
wasn't even independent, so Angola's not in there. So I don't care. Go
so
ahead,
the
let's
year is
go.
1974, and it's the men's
Okay.
AfroBasket final. Okay,
Okay.
the reigning champions are Senegal, and they were beaten in the final. Who won this year's the 1974 men's AfroBasket final?
74.
Hmm.
Okay, let me write. Uh, I'm not gonna say Angola, so
Hmm.
okay. I know. I will just say, yeah, I'm done.
I only see one country though.
Five,
Can we
Djigo?
show?
one. Let's go.
I mentioned Egypt.
Nah, you're both wrong.
Who was it?
It was Central African Republic.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
And the thing is, you know, the score was 172 to 67.
172?
Yeah, that's what I saw on FIBA's website, FIBA's archive. So if
Crazy. If they wrong,
Whoa.
if you wrong, they wrong. Okay. It's
that's what you
how
do.
many questions you said? 7 questions, right?
Yeah, 5+2 in case of tiebreak. So it's a nil.
Okay.
No one won that one.
Okay.
Uh, so question number two. Okay, from 1989 to 2013, Angola has have won a whopping 11 AfroBasket titles, and one country managed to break their winning streak. Who was
Okay.
it?
Hmm.
I know.
You said from 1989 until
Uh, wait,
2013.
2013. Yeah,
I got my answer. I might be wrong though.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure I'm right. Can we show the answers?
Yeah, please.
Senegal.
Yeah. Oh, good. You people.
Senegal
So
won
we
the
got one point?
AfroBasket in 1992 or 1996, I think.
Mm, but okay, let's go for the
1992, right?
bonus question. Let's go for the bonus question.
Oh my god.
Oh,
In
you
what
won the
year?
year.
Yeah, when they prevented that run.
So they did 1989, they do 1991. They couldn't do a three-peat, so definitely it should be.
Write down your answers, please.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
tricky.
Chelo
Anyway,
fix
that's
too
a,
much. Chelo fix too much. You should stop thinking. Just try writing your answer. That would be.
Okay.
well.
How much time we got?
Mm, okay, you can have some time. Let's give it a thought.
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be guessing.
Yeah, it's I think
I
it's a wild
mentioned
guess.
19. I mentioned 1992. Yeah, 1992. Yeah.
Mine is
Mhm.
1990. Okay, I'll put 1993.
If
Okay,
not,
just
I mentioned 93, but I don't know. I mentioned
93 for me.
1992. That's my final answer.
Now
1992.
you
93 for me.
now the year is 1997,
How?
and
Oh, okay. We got 1 point each, right? Okay, good.
and you know the fact is, fun fact is that when Senegal broke the streak, and then
Mhm.
Angola went on to win six straight Afro baskets
Yes. Yes.
before
Yes.
Tunisia and
Yeah.
in 2011. So I'm
All right.
sadistic now. Okay,
Next
so
question. Question number three.
ques- question number three. Oh,
Yeah.
Chilo is hot. Chilo is hot. No,
I want to
uh,
win.
yeah, does not. I think you're gonna have back this one. So, what countries featured on the podium of 2023, 2029, and
We're not in 2029
2017,
yet, man.
2019, you
20,
wanted to mention.
2019, sorry,
I
and
was like,
2017 women's afro basket.
oh, women's. Oh, okay,
Which
okay.
country features the
Oh, I
podium,
know,
Which
I
right?
know.
countries, three countries
Okay.
featured on the
Uh,
podium, and
okay. I got it.
it's a 1 point for each.
Yeah.
I want the correct order. Though.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you have
Okay. Not, the first one is 2021. You said.
23. He
Oh,
said
2023.
2023.
23,
And then
2019, and 2017. Got me checking my answers now. Good,
You
guys.
said 2023, 2019, 21, or 2019. We don't have 2021 in.
2023,
Mm-hmm.
2023, 2019, and
Mm-hmm.
2017.
Okay. 2019.
okay, so I got it. I know it's wrong, but the order is wrong. So this question could be. So wait, we
It's a
got the right order. We get so it's 9 points.
no, 4 points. No, it's
How
three
can it be four?
points. It's 3 points.
So okay, if you got the right order for 2023, you get 3 points. We get one
The
point.
order is the same. The podiums are replicas. The same order for each year.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So
Guys,
2017. I don't know for 2017.
me neither.
come on.
Me neither.
5, 4,
Hold on.
uh, 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 3, 2, 1. Show your answers. I
I
don't
have
see your.
Nigeria, Mali, Senegal for everything.
I have
Uh,
Nigeria, Senegal, and Mali.
uh, Chedo gets the point. You got the 3 points there.
Ah, I was. I didn't know the order though. Ah, Lord. Okay. Okay.
Nigeria, Senegal, and Mali. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I was. Yeah. I'm. So you got 3 points. I'm done. I'm doomed.
Ah, you
No,
can
it is 3 points, so 1 point per year, right?
1 point for
So you
each
got four. I
country.
got one. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Each
let's
We
country.
got
go.
we got two more questions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, two more.
We can
Question number
go to
four.
we can go to seven
The
if you
the
want.
I'm going to win for Djigo. I'm going to win for him.
Okay, okay. So we're now in 2003, and
Okay.
it's the women's softball basket final game. Nigeria are
Okay.
about to win their first women's trophy. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and who did they beat to win that first title?
Hmm.
Be
2003.
checking.
Was that country? I guess. because they were on the winning streak. I think.
Cello, uh, I
I
don't
said
see your
Senegal.
screen. And
I
Cello,
said Senegal.
Senegal, Senegal.
Me too.
you're wrong. You're wrong.
Oh shoot.
Both wrong. It was Mozambique.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
They beat Mozambique in front of a home crowd.
Okay. I lost, but it's all good. I mean, it's all good. At least I didn't lose to Djigo. Okay, we got one more. One
Yeah,
more.
one
yeah.
more, one more, one more.
And in a quite similar way, quite similar fashion to Angola, at the men's Afro basket, Senegal has won so many titles.
Nine,
Between
right?
nine titles between 1974 and 2000. Okay, but one team broke their
Interrupted.
streak. Okay,
The
broke.
women.
Yeah, the women's Afro basket.
Uh huh.
Okay, one team broke that streak, and that same team went on to win three women's Afrobasket in 1983, 1986, and 1994. Who were Senegal's streak breakers?
Who was what?
Who broke the streak of Senegal?
Okay, I know.
Chelsea, your life.
You were talking about Angola, and now you're talking about Senegal. Is it me
Yeah,
or?
no, he was talking about Senegal because on the female version.
The- yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Chelo, you need
okay.
to
So
listen
now we.
more carefully. Yeah, Chelsea,
Okay,
your life.
fine.
Okay, so do I need to repeat the question?
Nah, it's all good. I
Yes,
mean, I
please.
lost
Okay,
anyway.
Yes, please. Yes,
okay.
please.
So, who broke Senegal's winning streak in the women's Afrobasket finals? That same team won three women's Afrobasket in 1983, 1986, and 1994.
1986, 1994, and 1983.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say something, I deleted it, so I'm gonna go because a trick question.
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think I got it. I think I got it.
Okay.
You
Show
go.
your answers. Who
I
is
have Mali.
this?
I put
Mali.
DRC.
My man there. My man there. Yeah. It was Zaire actually, but yeah, we're gonna give you.
DRC. I knew it. I knew it was a trick question. I knew it. I knew it. He's not gonna put it easy for us. I knew it. I was like, because I had Mali first. I had Mali. Then I was like,
Mali
nah, it's
man.
too, yeah, it's too. It was
But
So
Mali
too
did
now,
win
easy.
3 Afro baskets, right? I thought it was
no,
during those years.
no, guy. So right now we're here. We're at a 4-2, and it's Chelo who takes the win. Even though that last question, uh, you failed me on that one, Chelo.
I
You
was
have
like,
yet.
I was because I knew. I even we talked about Senegal being second place so many times, and I was like, why would I put
Yes.
Mali there? You know? Oh,
So,
but at least it wasn't Jigo. At least it wasn't Jigo. So
At least
yeah,
it
so,
wasn't G.
yeah.
and now I think it's time uh,
Wrap things
to
up.
we, to wrap up. And it was nice being with you guys for the past hour and so. Uh,
Hour and 27 minutes due to some island problems.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry about that. I think hopefully it doesn't happen anymore.
Nah, it's all good.
Mm,
No, everything happens for a
Pedro,
reason. We need to have
Pedro,
bloopers, and it happened today.
yeah, some luck, tough luck for me. Pedro, would you go on with a final thought, please?
Okay, and then since we still talking about the NBA draft, but in regards of like African brothers, they put their name in the draft. Okay, we have the second round that's gonna happen today. You know, but we saw an immensity in the first round. We saw an immensity of players drafted directly from Europe. Most of the European teams. These kids are like from some of them from African descent, and some are just European players. But my question is, what is it the path to reach the NBA, to reach the mountaintop, still going to the States and playing high school and college ball, or staying in Africa, staying in the American continent, going to Europe in terms of academies? What is it like? Because right now, I would say, because there's still mystery with the unknown, because they don't, when you go to the States, they analyze your every move. So my question is, which is better? Playing in Europe in the Euro League, Euro Cup, or whatever, or going to the States in order for to have more African players reaching the NBA level?
Thank you
My
for this one. Thank you for this question. We will discuss about it next week. Uh, for me now, it's a wrap. I'd like to thank the listeners for tuning in. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Rate us, review what you if you heard we've we've been down with a typo or something, a mistake. Please do let us know. We don't know everything. We'd appreciate you correcting us. Next week's gonna be tough. Hopefully, we have our two co-hosts back, OG and Djigo, because yeah, we miss you guys. Please come back. Uh,
Juju and all, yeah.
for
Don't
now,
say it's
it's
going to come with 14,000 of them. 14,000? You won't be able to beat them.
and for me, I wish you all a very very good week and keep swishing. Bye bye.
Code switching. That's it.
Keep
Hey, and
switching.
check the NBA draft, second round. We're gonna have some more African kids reaching the NBA. Here we go. Go Celton.